Hey, good morning. Today I want to talk about a struggle that is more common than a lot of people like to admit: anxiety. As Christians, we may feel like we're not good enough if we're dealing with anxiety. We were not created to deal with it because it's a result of a fallen world. So any hint of its presence can be difficult to grapple with. Anxiety is a real thing and it can be crippling. Many people deal with it day to day on some level, and if that's you, I have good news to share with you. The Bible is full of promises regarding the peace that the Lord has to offer, and something that you need to remember is that Jesus understands your suffering more than anyone else. In fact, right before he paid the ultimate sacrifice in suffering for us on the cross, he left us with promises of his comfort. Today, I'd like to look at a few different verses in John. These verses were spoken by Jesus to his disciples during the Last Supper. John chapter 14, verse 27 says, "I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift that the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid." Here, Jesus is recognizing that we, as humans, deal with anxiety and fear, and he is promising us that when we are walking in a relationship with him, his peace is available to us whenever we need it. It's a gift to us out of his great love for us. But it's also met with a warning when he says, "The peace I give is a gift that the world cannot give." The world tries to sell us peace in many forms, anywhere from self-medication to faux love, anything designed to make you feel better. But everything the world offers is only temporary, and it can never give you the lasting peace that is found in Christ. Jesus then goes on to say in John chapter 15, verse 11, "I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow." And then skip forward to John chapter 16, verse 22. "So you have sorrow now, but I will see you again. Then you will rejoice, and no one can rob you of that joy." Then verse 24 says to ask him using his name, and you will receive, and you will have abundant joy. So, not only does he gift us his peace, but he also replaces our sorrows and fears with joy. To me, that is the most exciting part. As Christians, even when the going gets rough, we always have the privilege of carrying around the joy that only Christ brings, because in him we have hope for what's to come, and that hope brings joy. If you're struggling today, I want to encourage you to ask him. He says it right here in verse 24, "Ask and you will receive." When you find yourself starting to slip down the path of worry and anxiety, replace your fears with thoughts on what God has done in your life. Recount the times that he's pulled you through in the past and thank him for every blessing that he's gifted you with. Lastly, I'd like to leave you with the famous passage in Philippians chapter 4. It's the well-known passage regarding fear and worry because it's the perfect reminder of the unending peace that God has to offer. So Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 through 9. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you." He has promised us peace. So I want to challenge you to pray these verses over your life today. As always, if you have any comments, feel free to post below or email me at contact@manna.church. Until next time.